Alright, I figured it out, y'all. I figured out how to change scenes on my AxeFx 3 using Reaper, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So, first thing you're going to do is go into Reaper Preferences. So go in here, go to Audio, MIDI Devices, and then locate the AxeFx 3 MIDI out. Right click that and enable output, and then click OK. Next, add a track, and then go to your routing, and then under MIDI hardware output, select your AxeFx 3 MIDI out. This is going to let you communicate with your AxeFx. Close that window. Next, go to Insert New MIDI Item. You need to be aware that wherever this green cursor is, that's where it's going to start your scene change. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to put it right here, and then double click that item. It'll open up into this window. If you've never done this before, you might get pulled into the piano roll. So just click the event list. From here, press the add, and then in here, control change and program change are the only two that you should be concerned with. Control change is changing your scenes, and program change is changing your presets. So I want to change scenes, so I'm going to click on control change. Next, the position is fine. That's where I want it. Channel 1 is fine. And then for controller, this is where you need to match your setup on your AxeFx. So click Setup, go down to MIDI Remote, and then page all the way over to Other, and scroll down to Scene Select CC number 34. I can't remember if number 34 was what came with my AxeFx. I was playing around with this all day, trying to copy people on YouTube and forums, and I couldn't figure it out until finally I did figure it out, and I'll show you later on where I messed up. So 34 is okay, 35 is okay too, as long as this number matches your Reaper. I actually prefer 35 because there's nothing listed on Reaper, but I'll do CC 34 since that's probably what you guys have factory from Fractal. Anyways, so we're gonna, in the controller settings, we're gonna find number 34. This is why I don't like it, because Reaper has all these little items listed here, and I don't know what these are for, if they're for keyboard or what, but they're MIDI items, and I don't like that it says Breath LSB. I wish it was number 35. So that's why I personally like 35. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to go with 34 since most of you already have 34 listed probably. Okay, so the value number is your scenes. So if we look at my preset here, this is my Deftones preset. I absolutely love Deftones. So I'm on preset 0. And when it comes to your scenes, this is the part where you have to subtract 1. So if you want scene 1, then you need to type 0. If you want scene 2, then you have to type 1. If you want scene 5, then you have to type 4. Does that make sense? So we are on scene 1, so I want to go to scene 2. So I'm going to type 1. And then click OK and close that window. Now this is programmed. It's going to change my scene to scene 2 once it hits this. Next, I'm going to do this again. So we'll insert a new take, new MIDI item, move our cursor to the beginning, double click this item, click Add, go to Control Change because I want to change scenes. Position is fine, channel is fine, controller. Go back to 34, and then value. So now I want to change it to scene 3. So I'm going to type 2. Click OK. So now let's try it. I'm going to click back, and then I'm going to play it. So let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, play. Boom, boom. Changing scenes, baby. Now be aware that once the cursor reaches the very end, it's going to go back, and then it's going to activate scene 1. So now let's change our preset here. So it's very similar. We'll go to Insert, New MIDI Item, move our cursor to the beginning, double tap that item, click Add. Instead of clicking Control Change, we'll select Program Change. This is fine. Click OK. And then I don't think it matters too much where you click, but I've been clicking underneath the parameter area right here. So under PC, double click that. Bank and program and MIDI channel, this is all fine. The only thing you need to concern yourself with is this box. That's if your presets are under 127. Once you go above 127, I honestly don't know what to do. I'll show you why. Because if I type 0 here and I just type 1 here, I think it was in the setup of my AxeFx that it's in multiples of 128. So if I type in 1 here and send this to my AxeFx, look at that. It sends us all the way to 128, even though I typed in 1. So this is bank 1, which like I said, I don't know. I don't know how this works, and I don't care. I'm just showing you. Anyways, I'm gonna type 000, and this is gonna put me on preset 0. So all of my presets are under 100, and since it's under 100, I can just use this box and change it to anything I want. So if I want preset 1, I can send that, and I'm on preset 1. If I want, for example, preset 7, I can send that, and I'm on preset 7. Simple. Super simple. So presets, you don't have to do that subtract thing. It's only scenes that you have to subtract 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 0. I'm going to send that now, and I'm going to click OK. What I'm going to do is move these. I'm going to move these two scene changes back here, and I'm going to move this to the front. I'm only doing this because I want, whenever I click, whenever I go to the beginning, I want it to be on preset 0. So this is going to, here, I'll show you. I'll move this to preset 1, and then I'm going to click play. It's going to automatically take me back to 0 because it's a preset change at the very beginning. So 0, and then scene changes, boom, boom, and then back to 0. So here's where I went wrong. I mistook this. So I went to Insert, New MIDI Item. I move my cursor back, double tap the item. This is where I went wrong. I didn't understand the forums and stuff and what people were talking about, and I'll show you why. I first tried doing preset changes. So let me just set this up real quick. Nope, 0. Okay. So my problem was, after I did a preset change, you can see there's an automatic CC thing that shows up here. Well, if I double click this, I get this box. Well, this is the preset change box, not the CC box, right? Different window that pops up. And like nothing shows up on bank and nothing shows up on program. And I can't choose 34 here, so I didn't know where to put 34. And this box does absolutely nothing, so I couldn't figure it out. This is where this program really stumped me. So I didn't know that you have to go and insert new MIDI item, double click and add, and instead of changing your scenes through program change, you have to actually click this thing, control change. This is where you can change your scenes. Does that make sense? So I battled this for, gosh, a few hours probably, reading forums, watching videos. There's no videos that I've seen for Reaper. It's all like Ableton and stuff like that, and it drove me nuts. Couldn't figure it out. I knew it was something I was doing wrong, but I don't like how Reaper adds this automatic CC thing here. This is not what you want, you know. So if you wanted to do a preset change and a scene change at the same time, you have to add So since this is the PC, this is the preset change right here, you have to add a new one and then manually select control change. Now you can choose the scene that you want if you want it to change preset and scene at the same time. Does that make sense? So there you go. I hope that helps. This drove me nuts. So, all right. Hope that helps. Rock on.